Hey Queens, I'm Bailey. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be doing my February update for my Pan That Palette of 2022, plus panning some singles. Please hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, everyone, hit that like button because it would help your girl out. Let's get into it. So for this year, if you're new here, go check out my other videos, but I am panning the Too Faced Life is a Festival palette because I don't like the brand and I should have never bought this in the first place. So anyways, insert picture of what it did look like last month. I believe I only had 4 pans, but I have an additional 3 more pans, which is so exciting. So here is what it looks like now. It looks so nice and used. So, as we all know, I took out Unicorn Tears, Rainbow Life, and Sunset Dream because they were awful, hated them. But let's get into the detail of this. For Young and Free, I used this shade a total of 3 times, and I had an inkling that I would hit pan on it because last month I did have a good dip on it, and I have a pretty decent sized pan in this shade. I try to use it as much as possible, just because it is something that's not natural, so it's something that's a little bit harder to incorporate in my daily routine, and I'm proud of myself for doing it at least 3 times and being able to hit pan on it. So there's that. And then Euphoric, I used a total of 17 times. Now, I don't always use it as an eyeshadow. Sometimes I just use it as every time I do my makeup, I use it as a blush topper, but sometimes I do use it as an eyeshadow as well. And I had pan on it before, and I've expanded that pan, and I've expanded it to side pan as well. So there's like a little bit of pan over on this side over here, and it looks really well loved. I think this is going to be the first shade that I completely empty, to be honest. So we'll see. But I used Desert Vibes a total of 16 times. I try to use this almost every time that I use makeup, although I know that I didn't. And I've expanded the pan a little bit, but for whatever reason, I found that I really struggled to see any progress this month, although it is almost halfway used up. So maybe I used it up a lot more than what I'm thinking I did. But anywho, Fun in the Sun, I used 2 times. I've expanded the pan just a little bit. I would like to use this a little bit more next month, but we'll see. Beamin', I used a total of 9 times. I only use this as an inner corner highlight, so I don't use a lot of it at a time, but it is super powdery, so it looks like I've used up more than what I might actually have used. And I've expanded the pan quite a bit. I don't know that I had side pan before, but I know I've expanded out towards this way a bit, and hopefully I can take out another little bit, like maybe another quarter of this shade. That would be nice. Probably not realistic, but we'll see. Fireflies, I did not have pan on it last month, but I do now. I used it only once, but that is a-okay. I was able to hit that pan, and I'm very happy about that. Mystic Rain, I only used once, but you can see there's some disturbance in the pan. Fantasy, I used a total of 4 times, which is kind of crazy because it's purple, but I found ways to incorporate it in my everyday looks that is very beautiful, and I really enjoy it. I might do a tutorial on how I do the look because I'm just obsessed with it every time. And I do have pan on it. I didn't have it last month, so very happy about that. Artist Pass, I only used once. It has a little bit of a bigger dip in it. And Dusk Till Dawn, I only used once, and it doesn't look like it made much of a difference. My goal right now is really just to use every shade at least once because they are such colorful shimmers that it can be difficult to use. Especially the pink and purple mattes as well. Like, it can be difficult to use those up as well. But I'm trying really hard. Also, I introduced a complimentary palette, and I've been using the Pure Raw Beauty Christie palette. I haven't been taking like, sorry, my hair is just not vibing with me. I haven't been taking usage notes on this. I've just been trying to use it organically. And honestly, I haven't been using it a bit. Like the rainbow side, I haven't been using at all. I've been mainly using just this side. And I have progress in 2 shades. So as you can see, my whole heart, hold on. My whole heart, which is this beige shade, I try to use it as much as possible almost every time that I do makeup. And before I had probably a quarter of the shade gone, and I think I've expanded it quite a bit. And then Mood Point, which is this shade right here, I used it with the purple a lot of times to blend it out. And then a couple of times I really just used it on its own because I just found that it's a really beautiful shade and I really enjoy it. And I had pan on it. I didn't have pan on it last month, so very happy about that. Of course, it's not hard to hit pan in these shades. They are very, very, very shallow and they're not very big, so there's that. Now, on to my singles. First we've got this black shade, which I have as like a liner type of shade, and before it was like, I had pan, it wasn't very big, but it definitely has gotten bigger. I hope you can, it's focusing on it. I used it a total of 5 times. And my goal is to expand it to where it like goes all the way around the like embossing, like the embossing's just like gone and no longer there. Hopefully I can do that, but I'll have to use it more than 5 times in order to do that. The next shade I had was the tan shade. That was more of a transition sort of shade for me. I only used it twice, and that's because it completely crumbled and just fell out of the pan, and it was not even worth trying to use up. So I'm considering it finished. It is what it is. I use the shade a lot, and it's just going in the trash now because it's disgusting. But yeah, I was gonna put another shade in its place, like another transition type shade in my singles palette thingy, but because of Desert Vibes from the Too Faced palette, I think I'm gonna wait on that until I use up that shade. Next, from my singles that I'm trying to use up, I have this brown shade from the Butter London Natural Goddess palette. Before I had just a sliver of pan, and I've tried expanding it a little bit. Even though I have used this 16 times, and I wasn't always using it as a liner, most times I was using it as an actual shade in my outer corner and like blending into my crease, it's still like, I don't know how I don't have more visual progress on this. Like, it's kind of just insane to me. Then I have this champagne type shade, also from the Butter London Natural Goddess palette, and I only used it 4 times. I've obviously like expanded the pan some, nothing too crazy, but enough. These pans are like super deep, so it's gonna take me a while to get through these Butter London shades for sure. And then lastly, I have this green shade from the Jeffree Star Alien palette. I've only used it once this month, and that one time is today. Like I said, I'm trying to use everything at least once, and this shade is not something that I expect to incorporate in my everyday routine. It's just not gonna happen. So I used it once. There's not a ton of progress, but you can see in the pan where there's not really like green that's like on the pan itself. Like, you can tell where it's more clean, and that's how much product I was able to use up. Well, use up. Some of it broke apart because from the Alien palette, all the shades kind of just did not pop out the best. So when I use them, they kind of just fall apart. It is what it is. But yeah, that's everything from my Pan That Palette / singles sort of project. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you're enjoying like the progress that I am making on some of these products. I know I am enjoying it. I'm feeling a little fatigued by it, but I'm hoping in March when I use things up more and see more progress, it'll be more motivating for me, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can stay true to this all year round. I don't know. I don't know, because again, I am feeling just that panning fatigue. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Everyone hit that like button because it would help your girl out. You guys have a good one now. Bye-bye.